Paul Miller, aka Gypsy Crusader, became well known in fall 2020 during the US elections where opinions on who you supported made or broke you. It was at this time people couldn't come to any agreement and argued all the time. And arguing over politics was always a thing, but because of everyone being irritated after long months of quarantine, it was understandable why basically everyone hated each other. And during these times where it seemed everyone was being called racist, sexist, homophobic, and all because of your political opinions, it was basically a crime to speak your mind. But Paul didn't give a shit. This is the story of Gypsy Crusader.
Oh lord, a furry person. Finally a dog furry. I can't live in this world anymore.
Why not?
Because there's too many.
Yeah?
Sure?
Yes.
I hate if it isn't my favorite people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The blacks. Riddle me this before you go. I am loud and obnoxious. I like music that rhymes. I'm a fraction of the population, but commit half the crimes. Who am I?
Gypsy Crusader is more commonly known for wearing a Joaquin Phoenix's Joker costume and going on Omegle. I'm pretty sure you know what Omegle is, but if you don't, it's pretty much a place where you can just talk to complete strangers. Nothing really revolutionary, but with a site like this, it was always known to host edgelords, furries, men masturbating, and scam porn websites that'll give you like 17 viruses. With a site where you could talk to anyone in the world, it's basically guaranteed you'll see some weirdos.
I'm going on Omegle. I'm never going on Omegle again.
But our knowledge of Omegle was changed when Gypsy hit the mainstream. He became kind of known after this video.
Hi,
What's wrong, kid?
I just got bullied for being gay.
Oh yeah? What's about to happen again?
But no one knew exactly who he was, and most people just thought he was a funny guy that trolled people. Until the internet did what the internet does and dug deep into crevices to find out more. People found out Gypsy was basically a full-blown racist, and his whole dark humor persona wasn't a joke. Now, back when BLM was a very touchy subject, and it still is, and pretty much everyone was getting cancelled over something, you can bet people had a field day with this.
Is it the
All lives matter. I don't
is
know
it
how to use
is it the scars?
No, it's the creepy voice.
You wanna know how I got them?
You drew on yourself?
You see, I went to a Black Lives Matter protest. Niggers' lives don't matter! Niggers' lives don't matter, you black niggers! Day of the rope is coming. It's fucking coming. And if I can accelerate that shit, I'm gonna fucking accelerate the hell out of it. Because it needs to happen. And I wanna see it in my lifetime. I wanna see it in my lifetime. I do not wish to leave this to our children. Do you understand? And the niggers and Antifa, they grabbed me and they held me down and they said, "Give us reparations, white man." Our children don't need to deal with this shit. We need to do it and we need to get it over with. It has to be in our lifetime.
After I've shown you these clips, you can come to the conclusion that, hey, what he says is not very cool. Some of you may be wondering why he is the way he is. What could lead to such a hateful person? Well, I'll show you, and it may surprise you. I'll be showing you some clips of Gypsy explaining his story, and I'll summarize and give you my opinions on it.
So I know a lot of people, they've been asking me for my story. So I'm going to tell you guys my story real quick, okay? Why I'm like this, what happened. So I was just I just wanted to be a regular independent journalist. How it started, how the radicalization started, was I went to a Gavin McGinnis event in New York City at the Met Republican Club in New York. So I went there to just cover the what's it called, the show, and to hang out with some friends and all this other stuff. I went there. So when I got to the event, we couldn't get in. They had sold out of tickets, whatever. I had got into an argument and a fight with some leader or general, whatever the fuck, shot caller, whatever you want to call him. I have a picture of it too. Of Antifa. Okay, I fought with him because I was a journalist. I'm a journalist. Okay, I'm taking video of the crowd because Antifa's outside the Met Republican Club and they're going crazy. They're busting shit. They're chanting crazy shit. You understand? And that was like my first time seeing Antifa up close, really. So I'm taking video of it, and as I'm taking video of the guy that I started to fight with walks up behind me, and he's like, watch where you're going, or some shit like that. And I turned to him, and I put the camera on him, and he knocked the camera out of my hand, my phone. When he did that, I fucking elbowed him across the face. Then the cops came, they broke us up. The cops didn't see me hit him, so they didn't know who hit who. Me and him were arguing back and forth across the street, whatever, right? So then I can't get into the event, so I decided to like get ready to go. When I see them coming, I took my phone, I gave it to my friend. I said, listen, you gotta run because these guys are gonna try to kill us. As soon as that happened, they surrounded us, and then 5 more of them came. So it's like 10 people versus me and this girl. I start to fight with them. They wanted to grab her. I blocked the way for her, and I told her just run, and she took off running. Swear to God, every word of this is true. I was on the news for it. I'll pull it up if you want. I can find it someplace. I'll pull it up. So, anyways, so this is how the radicalization started. Now I'm fighting with Antifa in New York City, like 5, 6, 10 of them. As I'm fighting with them, thank God, 2 guys from the Met Republican Club, one guy was named Jake and the other guy was named Gavin Wax. He actually does a podcast sometimes. And they helped me fight with Antifa because I was fighting with them and I'm like getting them off me and all this other shit. They helped me fight with them. So that's that story. Long story short. So after that happened, then the doxing started. Okay, that's when the doxing started. After that happened, after I had to run in with them. Oh, Not to mention, when I was fighting with them, I forgot to tell you this. When I'm fighting with them, I had fought with them so long that my friend who was with me, she ran away and she went and she got the cops. She brought the cops back with her and I'm still fighting with them, me and the other 2 guys. The cops came in, they arrested Antifa. Okay, they arrested like 3 of them. The district attorney did everything that he could to basically give them no charges. I came in, I gave them statements. I had 4 witnesses give them statements. The 2 guys that was fighting with them, a taxi cab driver that saw the whole fight. So I gave them all the evidence that I could to the district attorney. Everything for them to arrest these guys and put them away. The district attorney let them go. They said that I didn't give them enough information for them to press charges on them. It was insane. I gave them video. I gave them pictures. I gave them witness statements. I gave them everything. Everything that they needed. I went to the district attorney's office in New York City. I gave them everything. They let them go. Okay, fine, whatever the fuck. Then the doxing starts. So they start to dox me. I get Qurans sent to my house. To my apartment. To my house. I was living with my family at the time. And, fucking, what's it called? Oh, I was working at a gas station for a little, like, a while after it happened. I was working at a gas station and I was doing my personal training stuff, right? They called the gas station and they wanted the gas station to fire me. They said I'm a Nazi and all this other shit, blah, 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 right? They found out where I worked. Later on, I did get fired because they kept calling, and then there was like some incident at the gas station where a Muslim like started to fuck with me, and I like started to record him and I posted it, and then they called me a racist. So there was that, and then I got fired from that job. So now fast forward, like maybe about a year or so. Let me show you this. So then Black Lives Matter comes. This is it. Look at this. Black Lives Matter comes to my house. That's my mom's house. That's me. They wrote a whole article about it. It's on my fucking Telegram. They come now. Now, before they came to my mom's house, okay, the only thing that I said was, I said, Black Lives Matter does not have a right to protest because they're fucking communists. They're trying to destroy the country by hiding behind the First Amendment. That's basically what I said in the video. In a video on Instagram. And because I did that, it went viral. Whatever. They got a hold of it, and Antifa had my information already, so they gave my information to Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter finds my mom's store because, as you see, it's a business. Now, before they even go to my mom's house, they're calling my mother on her phone, on her business line, saying they're going to burn her house down, they're going to kill her, she's a racist white bitch, all this shit. Then finally they go to the house. They go to the house. They start screaming at my mom, say Black Lives Matter. My mom was like, I'm not going to say Black Lives Matter because all lives matter. And I'm a spiritualist and I believe that all lives matter because I believe in Jesus. This is what my mother said to these fucking, to this mob of nigger zombies outside my mother and father's house.
I want to start off by saying that I, in no way, support or endorse Gypsy's opinions, but I took his story into consideration, and it starts to make sense why a guy like him is the way he is now. It makes you think, can we really blame him? Now, I will say that what the Antifa members did to him is terrible. It doesn't give Gypsy the right to be like, oh, all minorities should be hanged and burned in a fire. That's absolutely terrible. But I guess having your whole life ruined and being outcasted from the public eye takes a toll on someone's views. This really makes us think about the old saying that violence is never the answer. Perhaps if it weren't for Antifa attacking him and the internet going after his mother, then Gypsy would probably still be neutral about the things that he thinks about today. And I'll take a moment to bring up why he dresses up like the Joker, because he is basically the Joker, as a lot of people say, cast away by society by its own wrongdoings. That made Gypsy the person he is today. Gypsy says he basically has nothing to lose, which is why he has such extreme opinions. He doesn't really care about being viewed in a certain way. I can let him explain it in his own words.
So funny. Some of these black people that come at me, they don't realize that like a few years ago, I probably would not have said a lot of the things that I'm saying now because I was like different then, thinking different anyway. But because of their actions, they have pushed me to a point where I just don't care anymore. I don't care at all. And that should concern them. I don't know why they don't see it that way. I guess because of the low IQ and they're just dumb niggers. But they're being ridiculous. And they need to understand that there's a lot of people who are like me and we just don't give a fuck anymore. And we're really angry. We're really, really angry. So they could try to dox, they could threaten, they could do whatever they want. The only thing it does is make me more radical. So
what can we do? Is there really any hope for Paul? Well, I believe that somehow Paul is still redeemable. I know you may view me like I'm defending his racist views, which I'm not, trust me. I find what he says to be absolutely disgusting. I'm just saying that if there was some way for him to get his hope back, and instead of being treated as a monster, people may look at his story with understanding. I believe that Gypsy may be the catalyst for people willing to hear out people with opinions and beliefs like he has. For many, many years, we've looked at people like Gypsy and treated them terribly, when in reality, there's always more to the story. And that does nothing but make them even more extreme and more angrier. So should you have empathy towards people who believe the way Gypsy believes? If you don't, that is completely understandable. And I'll leave that question up to you. I highly suggest this TED Talk I found about a guy who used to be a Nazi. It's not exactly the same experience as Gypsy, but it may help you understand my point better. If you like this video, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, maybe we can have a discussion, and I'll see you later.
I'm gonna end it. I'm done for tonight. I didn't want this. It blows me away that an ego boost. Unbelievable. People think I like this? Do you think I like it? I don't like it. I wish we didn't have to do this. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm gonna end it for tonight. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I just I just can't. I get people think that it's a big joke. There's a lot of people that think that. There's people that think that, like, oh, I'm some kind of fed. They think that I'm some kind of plant, some kind of actor, some kind of person who came out of nowhere. It's not the truth. I was a conservative for a long time. I was a conservative Trump supporter. I wasn't racist. I would never say nigger. I would never say gas the Jews. I didn't have a problem with the Jews. Never nothing. I was such a normal I was such a normal guy. I think back on it. When I was fighting. Like when I was training, when I was fighting, I didn't think about none of this shit. I didn't care about any of it. I just cared about fighting and training and trying to be a champion and all this other shit. And then when I became a journalist, I just wanted to inform people. That was it. I just wanted to keep people informed and try to do the news the right way and all this other. I'm sorry. You guys don't want to hear this shit. My bad. Sorry. You guys don't want to hear this shit. My bad. We're gonna end it for tonight. I'm just tired. All right. I love you all. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry we're cutting it a little short.